welcome back to Only on Mondays, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I'm so happy to be here with you. It's your girl Kelly, back with you guys once again, and yeah, I just want to say thanks so much for clicking on the video. If you're a first time clicker, great click, great find. So yeah, thank you guys. If you're returning, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys. I would love to get more interaction with you guys, all the viewers. Let me know what y'all think. I want to let you guys know what I think, and we're going to get into these topics here today. So yeah, once again, this is Only on Mondays, and today is Wednesday, so welcome back. And we're going to get right into this Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, and we're going to start off with a little video here for you guys today. So yeah, here we go. Okay. And this was from her first deposition. I just thought this was fitting, okay? So let's just get right into it. So, yeah.
Has heard that in September of 2015, you punched Johnny Depp in the face with a closed fist.
So what's the, like, who eats at a deposition? What? Girl, what?
I hit Johnny in time when he...
No, you answer the question. Please stop whispering because it's distracting over here.
It's your team.
No, I was
No,
to
these
this
two.
actually.
I can't hear them. I hear them. So please answer the question.
Please stop eating.
Yes or no, did you ever
No.
punch Johnny Depp with a closed fist in the history of
Look
your
at her
relationship
smile.
with Johnny?
Answer it however you feel you wish to.
Has heard that in September of 2015, you punched
Girl, not
Johnny
again.
Depp in the face with a closed fist.
Oh, wee. So, I just want to say, this trial has been a shit show, guys. And I'm sure you guys, y'all know, y'all have heard about what's been going on with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. It seems like everyone has an opinion on it. And yeah, I know I'm a little late to the party here, but I just wanted to kind of jump on here and include this as part of today's podcast because I find it fascinating, and I find Amber Heard fascinating, and I know she took the stand today, and I just think that, you know, I'm not pulling for either one. They're both, at the end of the day, celebrities that I don't know, but I think that it's captivating in the fact that she's obviously a psychopath. Johnny Depp obviously has his issues as well. He's no angel. But I think that from the beginning, this woman has been calculating. She has been psychotic and plotting on Johnny Depp from the beginning of their marriage, which was evidenced by the fact that she literally has been recording him from the beginning, which, I'm sorry guys, please leave it in the comments. What kind of wife does that to her husband? Is it just me, or like, I find that to be absolutely like loathsome, absolutely just disgusting as a woman, for you to have set up hidden cameras, secret recordings of your husband in his worst moments, like, you know, for example, you know, whenever he's cutting himself, or whenever he's on a, you know, maybe having a bad time, like whenever he was going through the death of his mother, and you're sitting there recording some of his worst moments and trying to perpetuate this story of abuse when she was also doing abuse to him as well. And I just think she's very dishonest, very selfish, and very deceptive human being, and I find it to be abhorrent, you know. So I'm just kind of curious to see what you guys think of this. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I've been talking about it with a lot of people in my real life, you know, everyday life. And I think the consensus is most people are on Johnny Depp's side. But I don't even think there's a side here to be won. I think at the end of the day, they're both going to end up as losers. They're both going to end up as, you know, this is going to be a stain on both of their reputations. But I think more so on Amber Heard's, because of how things have played out. I think she went into it with bad motives, and she went into it with just this you know, ulterior motive in this plan to bring down this man that she basically I don't know, in my mind, she seduced him and got him to marry her without a prenup in order to take him down eventually. And that's just sick to me. That's very sick. Not to mention the gift left in the bed that has everyone talking. Who does that? What kind of a woman, first of all, poops in a man's bed? That's disgusting, y'all. Like, so please let me know what y'all think. Was it the Yorkshire Terrier? I don't know. I mean, the jury's out on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. So, yeah. So I know that Amber Heard did testify today. I did not get to watch any of it just yet. So I do have this little article. I don't want to read the whole thing, but I just wanted to kind of check out maybe some of these moments. This video is 5 minutes. And first of all, I also just want to say, what have you been going through, Amber Heard? You look like you've seen better days, my girl, because she's got that, like, puffy face of, like, an alcoholic. I mean, so does kind of Johnny Depp. They are both just, like, older than they were, you know, in previous video depositions that they've had, or, you know, just what we've seen them as, you know, in the past. But, like, golly, she looks puffy. She looks like she's been on a cocaine and alcohol fueled bender for like the last 10 years. So I don't know what's going on. She needs some good moisturizer. She's got to do something. So, okay, so you guys, y'all might hear my dogs playing in the background. I have two wieners here who are playing with each other, so pardon me if you hear some background noise. And also, let me know in the comments, guys, like, how does this microphone sound? I have a new microphone and a, what's it called? Interface. So I'm trying to improve the sound on the podcast and trying to make improvements. So we love to see the improvements, and I'd love to get some feedback on how it sounds, especially if you're a returning viewer. Let me know if this is an improved sound quality, and I'll keep working with it. So, okay, so this article is from E! Online. Amber Heard is ready to have her voice heard. On May 4th, the actress took the stand and began testifying in a Virginia courtroom as part of Johnny Depp's $50 million defamation lawsuit against her. Heard is also countersuing Depp, seeking $100 million in damages. Before discussing her relationship with the Pirates of the Caribbean star, Heard was asked to share why she was in court. This is what she said. "I am here because my ex-husband is suing me for an op-ed I wrote," she said. "I struggle to find the words on how painful this is. This is horrible for me to sit here for weeks and relive everything here with people that I knew. Some not." Heard added, "This is the most painful and difficult thing I've ever gone through for sure." Oh my god, I just shed a tear, y'all. I just shed a big, juicy tear for Amber, y'all. R.I.P. to her. My goodness. Oh, we hate to see it, don't we, guys? We hate to see a woman who's a psycho go through it. Jeez. Okay, so back in 2018, Heard wrote an essay for the Washington Post in which she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Although the article never mentioned Depp by name, his attorneys previously said in court documents that Heard's op-ed was all part of an elaborate hoax. Okay. Oh, she actually looks a little bit better here. I mean, she's still a little puffy, but And y'all, how weird is it that she's like matching his style, his courtroom style? I think it's so bizarre. Like, what? I just want to get in this woman's head. Like, maybe I don't, because I might literally go down a vortex of hell that I never knew, but like, gee, she seems like a nutcase, right? Like, first, she poops in his bed. Second, she does all this filming of him while they're married, and then now she's like in court, the most painful experience of her life, she says, but she goes and like matches what he wears from the previous day. Like, she's weird. I don't understand it. So, okay, so Depp's lawyers, we're continuing with the article. Depp's lawyers argued that Heard ruined the actor's reputation by choosing to lie about him for her own personal benefit. Okay, so we're going to keep reading to see some of the highlights. Amber Heard recalls filming the Rum Diary with Johnny Depp. So, Heard recalled a kissing scene with Depp where tongue was involved. Wow. It didn't feel like a normal scene anymore, she said. It felt more real, Heard said, that they were both in relationships at the time of filming. Sorry, y'all. Oh my god. Can y'all please stop? My wiener dogs are nuts. They're like Amber Heard's rubbing off on them. I hope y'all can't hear them, but maybe y'all can. Let me know in the comments. So, it didn't feel like a normal scene anymore, she said. It felt more real. Heard said that they were both in relationships at the time of filming. At the same time, she testified that there was a chemistry both parties couldn't deny. We just had this friendship flirtatious thing, she said. I felt this other thing that went beyond the pale of my job for sure. Johnny clearly felt that way about me. He indicated that in many ways. After filming ended, Heard said they went their separate ways, and she didn't hear from him for a long time. Okay, and then they take their relationship to the next level. Okay, in the fall of 2011, the actress participated in a Los Angeles press day for the Rum Diary. After a full day of interviews, Heard testified that Depp invited her to have a drink with him and the director. When she arrived, Depp said the director was unable to make it. Oh, how interesting. The reconnection was instant, Heard said. It felt like there was an electricity to the room. When she got up to leave, Heard testified that Depp grabbed both sides of her face and he kissed me, and I kissed him back. According to Heard, for the rest of the press tour, it was on like Donkey Kong. Wow, what great testimony that is. So it says here, Johnny Depp impresses Amber Heard's parents. We don't care. Johnny Depp critiques Amber Heard's outfits. Really don't care about that. Let's see what she had to say though. I wore a dress to an event and I felt beautiful in it, she said, before recalling Depp's reaction. When she asked whether he had seen the dress, Depp replied, I think the whole world saw it, kid. That's how they'll remember you. That's how the world will remember you. Amber added, my dress was low cut, I get it, but I felt really embarrassed and horrible that I wore it. I started to believe him, but it didn't stop with that. It was clothing in general. So she dressed like a slut, and her husband was just basically saying, yeah, we saw you. We all saw you. We all saw everything. Which, I mean, girl, like, what? You ask somebody how you looked or how you looked in an outfit or whatever, and he tells the truth, and then you get mad. Like, don't, like, what? And that's your husband. Of course he's supposed to say that. He's gonna get a little jealous or whatever if you wear something that's inappropriate. I think a man is not out of place to tell you that what you're wearing is inappropriate. I mean, it's one thing if you're a single woman, it's another thing if you're in a relationship. You shouldn't be just putting it all out there for everyone else to see, but your husband, I mean, or your boyfriend or whatever, that's for him and for him only. So I don't think he's out of place for saying that. I mean, especially the way he said it. Like, she said that he recalled, I think the whole world saw it, kid. Like, that's kind of like teasing her in a way. That's just basically saying, yeah, you know, you looked a little out there, but, you know, he's not saying you look like a slut, bitch, you know? I mean, come on. At some point, you're just being a little bit, sensitive, I think. So, Amber Heard also recalled the first time Johnny Depp allegedly hit her. During her testimony, Heard recalled a moment when she was sitting on the couch with Depp and asked a question about his famous arm tattoo. Why no forever? What came next, Heard alleged, was a violent interaction that the actress will never forget. He slapped me across the face and I laughed, she said. I laughed because I didn't know what else to do. I thought this must be a joke because I didn't know what was going on. I just stared at him thinking that he was going to start laughing too. But according to Heard, Depp proceeded to slap her again. As a woman, she testified, I had never been hit like that. Heard later said that Depp got down on his knees and apologized for his actions while crying. Okay. Interesting. Not, you know, that just is what it is. I don't know. I mean, prove it. You know, that's ultimately what this is about. It's about proof. But I'm not going to discount her story. I mean, it is what it is. He's saying it didn't happen like that. She's saying it did. So it's kind of he say, she say at this point. Amber Heard shares her first meeting with Johnny Depp's kids. We don't care. And here, Amber Heard explains why she stayed with Johnny Depp. During her testimony, Heard painted two pictures of Depp. One side being a loving, supportive partner, while another was unpredictable and scary. He was the love of my life, but he was also this other thing, and this other thing was an awful, awful thing that would come out and take over. You couldn't see the Johnny I loved underneath it. Pause there. Sis, if you love this man, you would have never been recording him the way that you were doing. I'm sorry. I've loved people too. We've all loved people. Okay, guys, like, let's just gather our thoughts here. You don't do that to somebody that you love, especially the love of your life. You're recording them for what reason? There's a reason for everything that you do. And that to me shows premeditation. It shows, like cunning and like deceptive practices that she was doing were just so blatantly obvious now that there is all this recording and that there is all of this film of Johnny Depp. It just shows that she was not in it for the right reasons. She was not in it because Johnny Depp was the love of her life. I do not buy for 1 second. So because I don't buy that, and because that is so shady, what she was doing by recording him, and supposedly you're his wife, it makes me doubt every other single thing she says. So all the allegations of abuse, it makes me doubt it, because sis, why were you recording him? It's so ugly to me that she did that. I mean, you are plotting to take down a man that you supposedly love. What woman does that? I don't know one. I don't know many. So, just finishing up this article here. Hurt said that nobody around the actor was honest with him about his alleged drug use. But when he tried to get sober, Heard said that she was hopeful things would change. He'd get clean and get sober and become this thing that made me feel so loved, she said. I just felt like he knew me and I recognized something in him that I just got him. Okay, you got him. You got him all right, girl. You got him. You got him real good. So, what do you guys think about this story? Please let me know. It's ongoing. This trial is supposed to last for like another few weeks, I think. So I'm sure there will be more to say about this. But yeah, I'm curious to see. Do you guys think, that Johnny Depp is lying or he's putting on? Do y'all think Amber Heard is a manipulative bitch, crazy person? Like, let me know. Please let me know in the comments. And we'll transition right over to the next story, from one crazy bitch to other crazy bitches. Guys, Roe versus Wade, y'all. What do we think about Roe versus Wade being overturned, possibly? I'm here for it. I am totally and 100% here for it, and I hope you guys are too. And I want to know what y'all think about it. It's been a little all over the place with the reactions from the left, and what everyone has been saying, and about the potential for violence being done on these Supreme Court justices, or intimidation tactics being done. And I find it interesting that the one institution that was supposed to be like bulletproof, that was supposed to be leak proof and everything else, we now have a leaked opinion from the Supreme Court that is one of the most important decisions in our country's history, and that is to overturn Roe versus Wade. And all of a sudden, now we have the very first leak come out of the Supreme Court. Who did this? Like, I really want to know. I think this person needs to be brought to justice immediately. And I think that it's only right that, that person is disbarred, charged to the fullest extent of the law, whatever needs to be done to make sure that this never happens again. Because we already can't trust enough of our institutions. How bad would it be if we lose faith in the Supreme Court? It's just one more thing, like one more blow to the stomach for America and what we once used to stand for. And I just find it to be disgusting. So we'll start out with Twitter, some reactions from the left. This is from Joy Reid. To the Democrats. Now, what are you prepared to do? Now that their lies have been exposed, now that the obvious jig is up. What? I don't even want to watch this video, because this man with this afro, he annoys the fuck out of me, and so does obviously Joy Reid. But the leftists are reeing for sure. They are screeching, they are shrill, they are mad. They're talking about rape, they're talking about everything else. So let's see what this Freedom 61 post is about. Yeah, so I was raped at 13 before Roe versus Wade. The father of the baby was my father. I was sent away to a home for unwed mothers. I named him James. 1970 destroyed my life. He was sold because white babies fetched more money? What? What? Girl, what? You sold your baby? Like, to who? I'm sorry. That's disturbing. That is disturbing. Girl, what? Okay, so y'all, the straw man argument of like either there's going to be back alley abortions now because Roe versus Wade is being overturned, or like what about all the raped women who get like, yes, there are women who are raped who are impregnated by their assailants. That is a horrifying and horrible situation that I could not imagine, and I don't ever want to know what that's like, but it is a straw man argument in the fact that that is not the majority of people who are getting abortions. I'm sorry, of the women who are getting abortions. It's just not. People use that argument because it's an emotional argument. And a lot of people on the left have gotten behind abortion because of that argument. Because of the, well, we can't allow women who are raped or who have had incest done to them. What about those women? It's another shrill argument because that's not the majority of the women who are having abortions. That does happen. Yes, like I said, it's horrible. But we cannot make exceptions for society based on these little niche arguments. Same thing with like transgenderism. Not to like bring that subject into this, but it just is. We cannot make these concessions for people who are, not the majority of the population that are dealing with these issues. So it's horrible. I think that there should be avenues for those women. And, by the way, overturning Roe versus Wade would not make abortions illegal in the whole country, even though that's where we kind of need to work towards, in my opinion. It would not be making abortions illegal. All it would be doing would be kicking it back to the states. And let's see, I have this little chart here about which states would end abortion if Roe versus Wade was overturned. So as you guys can see here, hopefully, there's plenty of states, all the states that are purple, that are highlighted in purple, abortion rights are protected by law. So if you're a woman who is raped, or, God forbid, anything else horrible like that happens to you, you can still go to any one of these states and your abortion rights are protected all day, every day. And then there's other states, like the blue states, that aren't expected to ban abortion within a year, so they basically just have no plans to outlaw or make any laws against abortion. Those states, you could still do something about your unwanted pregnancies if that's what you want to do. And then there's all the red states and the orange states that would either ban abortion immediately or would most likely ban abortion immediately. But if you're a woman who wants an abortion, that is your choice, and that is something that you will have to answer to with God and yourself. My stance with abortion is right-leaning, but I consider myself to be more moderate on this topic. I don't believe that abortion is right. I don't believe that it should be allowed in this country, except for maybe extreme circumstances, okay? Like with children, I think if children are raped, they should, I don't know, man. Like that, again, that's something that, it's a case-by-case basis. I'm not advocating for it. I would never advocate for abortion. I think it's wrong. But I think that if people are going to do it, they're going to do it. And where I draw the line is that it should never be government funded. And that's kind of just case closed. There's nothing further to say about it because, yes, it is a woman's own personal choice, but I think it's the same thing with like drugs. Yes, it's your own personal choice to take drugs, but is it the best thing for you? You know, do we care about people in this country or not? Do we care about others or not? Like, that's really what it boils down to. Like, is it for the greater good of the society? Is it for the greater good of the person? Or is it just something that is going to be convenient? Like, get rid of this baby real quick so I can, you know, continue going to college or continue whatever, you know, like whatever. No, that should never be allowed. It's not something that is so minuscule that we can just forget about it after it's done. No, you're ending the life of a baby. And that is something that we have to be able to agree on in this country and really acknowledge. Because if we don't acknowledge that simple fact first and foremost, then it's like, what road are we heading down? What are we actually talking about here? So I think we all need to get onto the same page in this country and at least be able to admit what it is we're doing when we're doing abortions. And if at the end of the day you still want to get an abortion after you understand that you're ending the life of your baby that you're carrying inside of you, that you created with your own body, and you know, God's will and God's miracle, then like I said, you know, you will one day have to answer to that. But we cannot just allow willy-nilly all these women to be getting abortions left and right. It's not right, it's not godly, it's not what this country was built on by any stretch of the imagination. So I just think we need to all get on the same page. So I would love to know what you guys think about this topic. What do you guys think about the leaker? Like, this is the Politico article that the opinion piece was leaked to Politico. The opinion draft was leaked to Politico. And that's another thing to worry about here, guys, is that, like, we have to secure our institutions. We have to secure and make sure that these things are running the way that they're supposed to be running. There's not supposed to be leaks coming out of the Supreme Court, because this puts people's lives in jeopardy, the Supreme Court justices, and it puts the decision in jeopardy, because if there's intimidation tactics being put onto these judges now and they end up not overturning Roe versus Wade, we all will know why. And it's because of the crazy leftists, whatever leftist decided to leak this to Politico. It should be held to the highest standard of the law and prosecuted, because that is a disgusting thing to have done. And it's for what? For what reason? It's to further intimidate people that are not on your side of the argument, instead of just allowing the Supreme Court to decide what is constitutionally right in this country, which, let's face it, abortion is not a right that is protected in the Constitution. We all know this. Okay? So I think it's common sense at this point. So we can't allow people to just be leaking opinions from the Supreme Court, putting that institution in jeopardy, when all of our other institutions, the FBI, CIA, the government in general, has already been compromised as much as it has. And we don't need now the Supreme Court to be put into question and the trust in the Supreme Court to be tarnished, because we have to be able to rely on something, guys. And I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Please let me know in the comments. Please like this video if you liked it, guys. Thank y'all so much for sticking around and for hearing me out on these two topics. And I really hope to get some feedback from y'all. And I hope y'all will subscribe to the channel. Love to see it. We'd love to see it. And yeah, maybe we'll see you guys next time. Maybe or maybe not. But I love y'all. Bye.